for a watch that costs basically $400, a pocket watch. Let's go. That man just sprayed the hell out that mace. So once again, nobody's worried about the price of affordability. Is that even a real thing? Are people really hurting? Because I can't tell. I can't tell if people are really hurting economically, because this shit is all over at damn near every Swatch store all across the world. Let's go. This is LA. Let's go to LA. Let's go to LA.
Swatch times AP collab. Look at this line. Crazy. Crazy. Crazy.
Yo, nobody was going this crazy for the Moon Swatch, the Omega Swatch collab. Nobody was losing their minds over that. People are losing their minds over AP Swatch collab. I don't expect people to get it. I just don't. I won't even bother explaining why this is a big deal. It just is what it. Either you get it or you don't. That's the best way I can describe it to y'all. Either you get it or you don't. Let's go here. What is this? Okay. So for those that need understanding of what this thing is, let's go here.
Ceramic watch. And this is an actual ceramic watch. But are they actually the same material? This is the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Black Ceramic in 34mm. Both start with the same thing, zirconium oxide ceramic powder. What happens next is where they completely diverge. Swatch blends it with a type of recycled polymer plastic, so the result is lightweight, slightly flexible, and feels closer to plastic than anything else. For their ceramic Royal Oaks, AP takes the same powder, combines it with a specialized industrial binder, then fires it above 1400 degrees Celsius and compresses it into a solid block. The result is a material 5 to 7 times harder than stainless steel and almost impossible to machine. AP has to use diamond-tipped CNC tools just to cut the Royal Oak's octagonal bezel, bracelet links, screw holes, and caseback threads. And of course, you find the same alternating brushed and polished finishing AP applies to every Royal Oak. That's why ceramic Royal Oaks are such a big deal. Technically, it's one of the hardest watches AP makes. So yeah, same starting point, but these two timepieces have basically nothing in common beyond that. One's for the queue outside Swatch right now, the other is already available at WristCheck. DM us to make it yours.
Okay. So now you understand what the differences are. Once again, the desire for this watch is insane. So let's go here. $400. Oh, no. Let me go back. Okay, all right. So AP filed trademarks for the Royal Oak's octagonal bezel in Japan and then in the US. Both courts said no. Now, if you got to go back in time, remember Ray J had a watch for sale using the same octagonal shape, and then AP sent him a cease and desist saying you're stealing our design. Stop it. That was a few years ago. That's quite a while ago. Okay. As of right now, the US and Japan have said they cannot patent the shape of the bezel. Okay, so the court said people recognizing this watch because of the branding, not the shape. The most copied watch shape in luxury history right now has zero legal protection. This is why they're flooding the markets with the Swatch collab. Let's continue. Let's see. Over 90% of AP's $2.6 billion in revenue comes from one watch. Once again, over 90% of AP's $2.6 billion in revenue comes from one watch, the Royal Oak. Every other model they've launched quietly flopped. The resale market has been sliding, clones are multiplying, and the cultural heat is fading. One product carrying the whole company with no legal shield in a cooling market. That's when the watch call was made, because Swatch is looking to buy AP. Swatch is looking to buy AP, and this is the one step in that direction. Okay, they're looking to acquire AP, and I think they eventually will in the next few years. But let's continue. This deal only happened because AP hired a new CEO in 2024 from Procter & Gamble. So all you goofball, I hate to say Black Americans that running with this false narrative that Olivier Audemars is running. He runs nothing. Okay? He runs nothing. Him and his sister only own 40% of Audemars. The other 60% is owned by a conglomerate, and they make the decisions. Not Olivier. Sorry. Okay? Let's see. A traditional watch CEO would have killed this collab on sight because the entire industry runs on one belief that exclusivity must never be touched. That's why Rolex is king. Rolex makes 1 million watches a year, but you wouldn't know that because they purposely starved the market. They created this scarcity, this Rolex scarcity. It's not real. It's contrived, right? They make 1 million watches a year, yet no one can get them like that. Okay, let's continue. Here's why this one collab is quietly solving. A $400 watch with the official AP name makes every knockoff irrelevant overnight. Okay? Why buy a fake when the real brand already plays in that range? And they made it a pocket watch, not a wristwatch. That's not a creative decision. It's a legal wall. No court will say consumers confuse a $400 pocket watch with a $40,000 wristwatch. Okay? AP lost in court because they couldn't prove people recognized the Royal Oak shape without the brand name attached. Now picture thousands lining up outside Swatch stores worldwide specifically for that octagonal shape on a product that barely mentions the AP name. Okay, that cue isn't a marketing moment; it's a legal exhibit for the next trademark filing. They built a consumer survey disguised as a product launch. Okay, a global sellout collab reminds the market that this brand still has cultural pull, and that energy flows directly back into the Royal Oak's declining resale value. And AP is donating 100% of their proceeds from this collaboration. The legal cover, the clone destruction, the brand heat, the trademark evidence, all of it lands in their lap, while the public story is that they did it for charity. Okay? All right. Let's continue. That's it. Owners in name only. Exactly. But you can't. You know what I'm saying? That's why the FBA tether argument is so stupid. And he's not black. He's like an octoroon, quadroon. Okay, look at this. Look at this resale prices for this. Look at these. This is what they're reselling for. This one, $4,700. This one, $3,600. Why? This one, $3,400. Why? I like this colorway. If I'm going to get one of these, it would be this one. $3,400. Why? This one, $3,300. Why? This one, $3,200. Why? I like this colorway too. This is definitely a go. This is definitely, in the words of Flossie Carter, a major, major, major go. Let's go.
First of all, I want to say Swatch is some fucking liars. Okay, they lied to all of us. We was out here 5 days straight. Yeah. No shower. Yeah. Barely eating. Yeah. Barely going to the bathroom. Yeah. They split the line into 4 lines. Yeah. They went left. They went right. They went into this little group of section. I don't even know if this is a line. Wow. And they missed everybody that slept in the back and laid their head on that concrete. I laid my head on that floor, and they missed everybody. Get the floor. And they missed everybody back there. That's some bullshit. They caused this chaos. This was their plan the whole time.
Day morning, we have not left. We have been here, rain, shine, fucking whatever. Have not left this spot, bro. And everybody starts cutting, man. And now Ohio, bro. Now I'm flying home.
Nah, that is fucked up.
Ain't got nothing, bro.
Ohio is crazy. That is wild. Free that innocent man. Yo, free that innocent man. He ain't even do nothing.
Bro, first of all, I want to say Swatch.
Damn, that's crazy, right? Wait. I feel bad for those people, man. Let's go here. Okay. One of my favorite watch creator channels, Jenny Isle. She got her hands on one. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look together, y'all. Okay, let's go.
This is it, the Royal Pop, the collaboration between Audemars Piguet and Swatch that has been discussed to no end online today. We're going to take a closer look at this watch. We're going to answer all of your most important questions like how does it feel? What does it look like? Is it trash or not? And what about the pricing? My name is Jenny, so let's get started. Okay, so we have the AP Swatch collaboration here with us in one colorway, one of the many, and we're just going to do a simple but to the point unboxing. So without further ado, let's get started. So this was the box it came in.
Okay, the word is they're working on a bracelet for you to pop it into so you can wear it as a wristwatch. Once that comes out, then I would place an order for one of these for sure. For sure.
And we've got...
Think about it. This is the closest a lot of people are going to come to AP or being able to own an AP. Listen, a basic AP is, just an entry level. What's the cheapest? The cheapest between 17 and 30 racks. Most people will never ever be able to afford anything close to this. Okay, so I'm not mad at the AP Swatch collab. That's the closest a lot of people will ever get to owning an AP, anything AP related. Okay, now you can probably go for a vintage from the 80s and 90s, a quartz timepiece, but nobody wants a quartz, not like that, right? So you're looking at 17 to 30, maybe 15 to 25. Yeah, that's that. You'll never come this close to. You know what I'm saying? You'll never. This is the closest as most people going to get to owning an AP. I'm not mad at it. Okay, I don't have permission. That's fine. I'm not mad at it. Look, you got, here we go, pre-owned Audemars. See, some vintage joints. Look at this one. This looks good here, right? 18 karat Edward Piguet, 12 racks, 12 and a half racks. Audemars Piguet Millenary, and for ladies watch, 9,300. Like most people will never, ever, ever, ever come close to owning an AP, ever, right? Look at the Schwarzenegger, 48.5, right? Tourbillon skeleton. This is the one I believe that DDG has. A tourbillon skeleton. That's 280 racks. Okay. Cheap entry level between 17 and 30. Here we go. Royal Oak offshore chronograph, 37 racks. You can get one, but it's going to be extremely hard. Right? Here we go. Chrono stainless steel. 27.5. Another chronograph, 22. But these are chronographs. You understand? This one here, another Schwarzenegger, 25 racks. Another chrono stainless, 20 racks. Like most people will never ever could this. So I get it. I get it. See, and you could see more value in something else outside of this, and I get it. You know, even if you could afford it, there's better options out there for 30 grand. I don't know. Okay, let's do this. Best watches for 30 grand. Let's see what you can get for 30 grand. Jaeger Le Couture, right? For 11 racks. Now, I would not tag my, now we're talking tag. I'm gonna leave that alone. A Longuesson, 24 racks. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's better options for 30 grand than just, you know. Let's go somewhere else. I don't like this page. These are crazy. Look. Nope, I wouldn't pay 21 for no damn Zenith. That's for sure. No. Nope, I wouldn't suggest y'all buy nothing from this page. So let's see. Here's another Audemars for 33. A Rolex Daytona for 32. It's all Audemars. Here's a Patek. Patek Philippe for 32. Another Patek for 35. Here we go. Yachtmaster Rolex for 30. All these Pateks for 32, 33, 34. Rolex Daytona 32. A bunch of Pateks. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's whatever you like, whatever speaks to you. It's whatever speaks to you, because you have to wear it, right? Okay, let's get back to this.
The very nice colorway, the Otto Rosso, but I did not mispronounce this. And yeah, let's just have a first impression. The packaging is all right. I mean, this is a Swatch after all. So this is just a cardboard box, and yeah, you can see the color scheme is also represented here, and you can pull this out with this little tab, and ta-da! There she is. This is like a blush pink, hot pink slash, I guess some people would call this a red colorway, and I'm just going to take this out of here. I think here in the back you have the, oh, hold on. Oh yeah, like a little booklet. Let's have a look right here. Ah, okay, so you get the, hold on, I'm going to settle this down before you take a closer look. You have a booklet here with the different colors. There you go, you can see all of them here in the back. So yeah, it's 8 in total. And yeah, we have this one right here. Let's get right to the point. I'm not going to waste any more time on the packaging.
Let's get, yes,
right, okay,
let's do that.
It comes on this strap that you see here. It's about like the length of my hand. And yeah, let's look at the front first. It does come with a like the plastic covering. You have the crown on top, very like as expected with the shape that you would expect from an AP Royal Oak. You have the pattern here on the dial. It has these indices that we know from the APs. And yeah, this very much like, by the look of it, looks like an AP Royal Oak, but feels like a swatch. Feels very much like the Moon Swatch. The bioceramic is here represented as well. The colors, they do turn out quite nicely. Now that I look at it in the flesh, I can say that this is definitely more a red than it is.
You know what? That's a good point. I didn't think about. I could see people getting robbed for this. Yeah, y'all be careful. If you one of the first people to get these, I would say wait a few months to let it flood the market and let more people have at it, because you don't want to get robbed for this shit, man, because you had it first, you know?
Pink. Now, if we turn it over, we can see the back here, and you also have that plastic bitty covering it. I mean, besides the open case bag, what I really am positively surprised and happy about is that the screws are all aligned with the case. I think Cartier doesn't do that, but I'm not quite sure.
And what she means is, you see how they go in order. The screw position goes in order. You see how it's uniform across. That attention to detail is crazy for a $400 pocket watch. If you see what I'm saying, you see how the screws at the screw point, at the angles, they all are in uniform. It's like one giant circle. That's a crazy amount of attention to detail for a $400 pocket watch. Do y'all understand? You know, most people, when they screw this shit, they just screw it, and however the line goes, but these are in sequence. That's insane. That's a very good eye for attention to detail.
Anyways, I really like that they did it here. And yeah, you can see the pop inspired decorations on the base plate. And yeah, that is pretty much it, I would say. We have unboxed it. It is now out in the open. This is, what are you even? Like, what is this being used for? I've seen these press pictures where people were putting them to their belt loops, and then they had them as a literal pocket watch. This is so gimmicky. I don't hate it, you guys. I don't hate it. I think it's quite cute. But what is anyone supposed to do with it in a serious way? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm very curious to see what you guys think. My first impression, to summarize it all in a sentence, is cute but useless. You know,
I paid €1,000 for it.
Yeah, Kai just got it from. So we didn't stay in line for this one. Shout out to the person who brought this over. He paid pretty much like triple for it.
No,
Wow.
me.
Yeah, dude, you. I
Oh,
said,
yes.
yeah, you did. Kai did. He paid. So we are part of the problem. You're very welcome. And it's cute, but what is one supposed to do with it? Our daughter.
It's on the mirror of my 911 ticket.
Kai was saying that he's going to hang it inside of his car, like.
Yeah, man, it was. Yeah, everybody knew this thing was coming out, man. They knew about this. I remember catching wind of it maybe 4 or 5 months ago. There were rumors and mock-up pics, and of course, you know, until someone confirms it, we just had ideas, we speculating at that point, and then like a couple months ago, then it was pretty much confirmed that they were working. They had a collab in the works, and we just really last week is when they confirmed it was a pocket watch. Up until last week, we thought it was going to be a watch, a wristwatch. It was just literally last week we just learned it's going to be a pocket watch. So this is officially the first week of its release. In the mirror, like on the inside, which I think is a very cute idea and a very good and a useful way to like deal with this. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments down below. This is fun, and yeah, I'm curious to see how this is going to develop price-wise. Is the conclusion? How can you summarize this? Let's put it that way. I think, like I said in my unboxing part, this is a fun piece of accessory, as are all luxury watches. I think this is going to be like this fun collector's item in like 20 to 30 years time, where people will present their like full boxes of all the 8 colorways and be like, haha, remember when AP did that? Do I think this is going to harm AP as a brand? Kind of. You've seen these clips online already popping up where people are getting into a fight in front of a Swatch store. That's not good publicity. I don't care if anyone says like, hey, any publicity is good publicity. I think that's bad. If you see people like fighting for this. Ma'am, it hasn't hurt Jordan. What it hasn't hurt Labubu. It hasn't hurt Nito. If they're fighting the streets for a product, that's a win. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. If they're fighting for your product in the streets, that's a win. That means there's demand, high demand. What company doesn't want high demand? Come on now.
See anything that crazy when the Moon Swatch was released? Was it more peaceful? I don't know. It was still hectic and people were going crazy. But those fights that I've seen breaking out because of that AP and Swatch collaboration, that's bizarre. Anyways, I think in the long run, this isn't going to have that much of an impact. I do feel
if they make the wrist part of it for it to pop it into a bracelet to turn it into a wristwatch, I'm down for it. I'm game.
Like it, can I even say that? Sort of cheapens AP as a brand, but it makes it a bit more, what I said, approachable.
I agree, man.
Because to me, AP was always very much like this very close-up club of very limited amount of people who have access to that. And now that they have Swatch and doing this royal pop, it's a bit more endearing. Let's put it that way. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm very curious to see which colorway you like best. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a...
I'm here for it. I'm here for it.